Hello there, my beautiful Virgo signs. This is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's tarot reading is a traditional Celtic cross spread that I pull. Sometimes clarifier cards come flying out, and I take those to also. But it was a pretty clear message today. And when I tapped into your energy here, Virgo, the song I was guided to listen to was an old one from I want to say the 90s, but it's probably the thousands. It was Cascada's Everytime We Touch. So you might want to check out that song. It's very kind of nostalgic, but it's also a song of missing someone, wanting someone, and just feeling a lot of lusty energy, a lot of passion with that person, a lot of chemistry. And sometimes Halsey has a song that I love. I forget what it's called, but it's like sometimes the butterflies are actually red flags. So make sure you're careful when it comes to love or whatever is happening. But a lot of you, I do feel like, are walking away from something that's not aligned with what you're seeking for the long term or what your soul is truly wanting. So yeah, let's just, I'm going to dive right in because right away I have this energy of you kind of being introspective or in hermit mode. And this is your energy, which is great to see because this is like healing, doing some shadow work and going within to try to see what you want to bring you peace. The challenge here is trying to find peace. Now, a lot of times people are like, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. No one is happy 100% all the time. It's impossible. Like this doesn't exist in this world, especially when we have states of chaos and conflict and moral and ethical things happening outside of us and in our internal network. It's like you cannot 100% be happy all of the time. I kind of follow the rule of thirds where you're like a third of the time you're going to probably be sad, a third of the time you're probably going to be happy, and then the other third of the time you're going to just kind of be like stoic or just resting or at peace. And that's kind of what the Six of Swords to me symbolizes. So it's like your challenge right now is going from like chaos and conflict into something that's very mellow, and that is not maybe not what you're used to. So when we are in toxic or insecure relationships with either avoidantly attached people or overly attached codependent people, we can find ourselves drawn into this pattern of repeat where it's like a roller coaster where we like have these really high highs and we have these really low lows. And when we kind of reach this plateau state where nothing's happening and it's not this chaos and conflict, it's very calm. It's almost like a withdrawal period where we're like, well, what's happening? What's going on? Like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but there's no shoe. So I feel like right now you are trying to release some burdens and baggage from the past because this is the foundational card. This is like, what is everything built on right now and why is this happening? And it's because you have this 10 of Swords or Wands energy here. And that is carrying around like old baggage, old burdens, and not really releasing pain or trauma. Now, this has to do with love for sure because the Lover's card came out here in your past. Maybe this was a love of a friendship, a long-term partnership, or just someone new that came into your life that really just like swept you off your feet and took you for a ride, took you for a loop. I don't know why I'm talking about roller coasters, but they might be very significant. And it could be a Gemini energy because that's what the Lover's card is. But I do feel like you might have a lot of Gemini in your energy. But I feel like that situation, it was like a firework, like a real bright burn, and it's over very quickly. You want a slow burn, a long burn. That's what's going to bring solidity, a true foundation, if that's what you're searching for. Now, if you're just searching for pleasure and those sorts of things, that's what you're going to find, but it's going to be a cycle of repeat because chances are you're going to draw on the same type of person. It's just going to be a different shade. Now, you are kind of experiencing some sort of conflict energy. This can be like maybe you're conflicted about what it is you want. Maybe you're not sure if you want something that's going to stand the test of time or if you just want to be single and free and not really tie yourself down to any sort of commitment. And that I do feel like is coming from a state of healing because I generally feel like we all innately want to be able to connect with someone or bond with someone, but we can only do so in a healthy way when we have done the proper healing work and when we have released this baggage of the past and these burdens. So that way we don't show up to a new relationship carrying all this damage. Now, the near future card, you have the Queen of Swords. This is a very discerning energy. This is feminine energy, but it can be, we have feminine and masculine inside of all of us. So if you're a male watching this, this still resonates with you. This is about being discerning, and sometimes it can be perceived as like cold if you're establishing some healthy boundaries for yourself, but I do feel like that's kind of necessary for you at this time. Now, your guides want you to, and your higher self wants you to focus on healing and introspective work and being self-aware. Sorry, I had to sneeze right there. Your guides want you to focus on healing and reflecting. Sorry, I'm having a lot of interruptions too, so that might be significant. So maybe you're trying to heal, maybe you're trying to reflect, and you keep having all these interruptions, and maybe that's that chaos and conflict energy when you're like, I've been working on myself, and then all of a sudden I have this pop up and this pop up, and why is everything coming in at once? That's sometimes how that works, though, to test us to see how strong we are, to see if we're committed to progressing ourselves and standing up for ourselves. And unfortunately, a lot of the times when it rains, it pours, and that could be a message for someone too. Now, how do people see you? They see you as this Queen of Pentacle energy. Maybe on the outside you look very calm, cool, and collected, and then, on the inside you're freaking out and having like panic attacks, anxiety attacks, or whatever, or you're just trying to like keep yourself separated from people so you don't lash out or become overreactive. When we're in a healed state and we're coming out of this hermit energy, typically when you're healthy, you're going to come at things in a manner of responding and not reacting. And that's kind of the key. It's like you want to keep this childlike wonder, but you don't want to be childish. And when you can come at that place, then you're coming from a very positive energy. Now, in your hopes and fears section, you have the Ace of Cups. This is about filling your own cup first. You can't fill something if there's a hole in the bucket, okay? That's kind of how I view insecurities and unhealed stuff. When you're carrying a lot of baggage and burdens, you might have a lot of holes in your bucket that you don't even realize. And as you're trying to fill your own emotional, I don't know how to describe it. You're filling up your own cup emotionally first, so you can have the self-love and self-respect and value and things like that. But as you do that, if you've not actually done the proper work internally, it's going to ooze right back out, and you're going to be left in this never-ending cycle of trying to fill up your own cup. And you can't come at someone else in a loving relationship without your cup like overflowing, essentially, either. Now, the potential outcome here, you have Libra energy, the Justice card. I like to see this because this to me says, like, if you've put out good karma, you're going to get good karma back. It's like sometimes we really do get to cash in our karma points, but we don't get to control when it happens or where it happens or things like that. So that's kind of the bittersweet gift of karma, is we don't always maybe even recognize it as karma coming back to us in a good way. It's sometimes very difficult to see, especially when we're in a state of conflict and chaos. Now, in the subconscious energy, you have a very cool card. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you, which means you're elevating. That I like to see as well with the Hermit card, because it's like you've done the introspective work. These cards are very similar in their images, but it's like you've done the introspective work. You went through the mountain. The mountain was you. You've seen your shadows, and you've picked yourself up by your bootstraps, and you've walked on, like you're carrying on, and that's a great positive energy. Now, I'm going to dive into the Oracle cards. If this message has happened to resonate, please smash the like button. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. If you feel guided, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me, or you can book a personalized tarot reading with me. You can do that on my website in the description box below. But I'm going to dive right into the Oracle cards. And, sorry, I was looking for my cat. The first card I have from my Moon Oracle deck, it says adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So I do feel like you know innately what you need to shift and change. But if you've been questioning it, maybe going to a friend or someone who can give you a very constructive criticism could be important, because I feel like a lot of you are healing some sort of feminine wound, some sort of feminine energy, and that can be tied to your mother wounds as well. Now you have the Clean It Up card, number 21. This card annoys me, honestly. It's like you are allowed to have negative thoughts, but just also be conscientious and knowing that that can draw in and attract more chaos and more problems. Not that that's your intention, but when things are going poorly or you're having this high conflict experience, it's very hard to remain in a positive mindset and to think good things when you're like struggling. So having an attitude of gratitude is important. And if, you know, maybe if you could wake up every day and just think 3 nice things about the day, or be grateful for 3 things, that might just get you on a better footing to start your day. And then you have the Apocalypsis card. This to me is a card about heartbreak, breaking through a facade, breaking through to you, seeing people for who they truly are, having some sort of basically lightning struck awareness about someone's intentions and who they are as a person. That can be a shift on a monumental level where it like shakes your whole foundation, where you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I never would have thought that way. Like my brain doesn't function in that sort of negative landscape. And I would have never done that to someone else. And when you can come at a state of like almost the naivete of someone's cruelty or someone's manipulations or something like that, you can forgive yourself because it was something you would have never done, and be glad in a way that your mind doesn't process or think that way, because that's truly just a reflection of how someone feels about themselves. And when you can come at that state of perception, you can really understand the emotional capacity of a person who is inflicting pain intentionally. And that's quite literally sadism. And that's a very bad look for them. Now, the next card I have for you is Earth. This is number 2. It says partner with creative force and the flow of creation. And when you have a mare's constancy, you'll be steadily loyal to the truth and action. The noble one has a direction in mind, but not the route planned out. At first, there are many possibilities. Once you begin, guidance and signs can be received to light your way. So you may not be able to see very clearly where it is you're headed exactly, because there, you know, this 8 of Cups, you're walking away. It's dark though. The moon's out, and you can't see a direct path, but you are being guided. So slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes it's just baby steps, a little bit at a time, in order to get you on your proper journey. Now, integrity is also important for you or for whoever's in your energy. If someone is cheating on you and like their friends knew about it or your friends knew about it, then they have low integrity as well. So discernment about who you can trust and who you can rely upon is very vital. It says you demonstrate the truth and the honesty of your soul, and you manifest love with your every action. So you're either coming from a place of fear or a place of shame. You're coming from a place of fear and shame, or you're coming from a place of love and honesty. Those are kind of the 2 options in the duality of this world. There's empathy, and then there's narcissism. And that's kind of the yin yang of the earth. It's a choice. So love is a choice. Fear and shame is a choice. So keep that in mind as you progress. And then you have act. Intuition isn't just for special moments. Tap into your intuition every day and lead yourself forward with every moment. Pay mind to what you see and what you hear. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read, but you're breaking through barriers because you're seeing through people's facades. That's tied to your solar plexus, and that's that empathy and that narcissism. So it's like, you know who you are on a soul level. You have that inner knowing, and when you do have that inner knowing, it becomes very easy to see past people's manipulations, to see past people's masks, and to see through them. And people are going to not like you for that, Virgo, because once you can see through people, and once you can really almost like psychologically understand where they're at emotionally and intellectually because of their trauma, because of their history, is a rude awakening for some, and they're not ready to grasp that. And when they can't grasp or have accountability for their actions or for their life or anything really, they will hate you. They will not like you for telling it how it is. They will not like you for telling the truth. They will not like you for being honest with yourself and for not falling for their gaslighting techniques or tactics or manipulative behaviors. And that makes you a force, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, because you might feel like you're all alone. It's sometimes quantity is better than, like the quantity of having a bunch of friends that are fake is not worth it. Like sometimes it's best to be in this hermit isolated energy, so you can really discern who it is you want to spend your energy on and spend time with. And that's going to get you further than anyone else, because people with friends that are fake or phony or living under these masks with them are going to throw them under the bus the next time they have an opportunity or a chance. And that's not going to last. Now, the moon card I have for you, I like this card. It says, I am worthy of the very best in life, and I lovingly allow myself to accept what comes my way. So you are deserving of good things. You are deserving of positive abundance. You are deserving of love. The bear card also came out, which is kind of a comical card, because I always think of this now as like choosing between the man or the bear. And maybe you're the bear. Maybe that's what's happening, and you've had to shift into this bear energy, Virgo. So it says, be sensitive to where you are at and reflect on where you would most need healing. But I feel like you're already doing this. And sometimes, you have to become the bear to stand up for yourself. And maybe that means being the mama bear, or maybe that just means, being in your masculine energy in order to defend yourself and to stand up for yourself. And I do feel like there's a lot of positive things that are going to come out of this. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow. I greatly appreciate you. Again, if you feel guided, you can go and book a one-on-one coaching session on my website, or you can book a personalized tarot reading on there as well. And I will see you next time.